Hey everybody, Riot Mort here, and we are on Inkborn Fables. We're on a new set, and it's the first week, which means I haven't streamed, which means you get pre-recorded games with me talking over them here. So here we go. First game, we don't have an encounter on here, so we have portals, Lethal Legends, Completed Anvil, and Champion Duplicator. We get Lethal Legends, so this is going to be an accelerated game. Lethal Legends means every time you lose, or basically every time you win, deal one more damage. So losing is going to accelerate the tempo of this game. I don't think this will be a popular portal, but we'll see. Some people might like it if you like early game tempo builds, things like that. All right, we get an early Diana and an early Tristana. Early Tristana could be a Fortune angle, but I will say playing Fortune on Lethal Legends, probably not the best idea. So may not lean that direction here. All right, first shop here. Couple options. We got a Cho'Gath, nothing crazy here. Cho'Gath, Rek'Sai, Jax, kind of our tank options. We could take the Darius to help with Duelist for Tristana if we want to go that route. So still a little early to really tell exactly what we're playing here, but we'll see what our items are. Okay, we get an armor and a cloak. All right, so some tank items, a Hurricane if we want it. We do get another Darius, a Yorick if we want to get some Umbral in here. Umbral really good right now with that Execute and that extra shield. Also gives us 2 Behemoth. So a couple options here. Umbral, like I said, looking really strong right now. But no 2 stars yet, so nothing to really lock it in. Plus, we're still going to get some extra gold here, or some items, because there's still some more orbs coming, so we'll see what we get. Ooh, 5 items start here. Okay, so a lot of power on the board here. Wandering Trainer, Buried Treasures, Portable Forge. Wandering Trainer might be worth a test here, and it can also give us some direction. Okay, Behemoth. We were already in Behemoth, so that's kind of nice. And Ink Shadow. All right, well, we've got our direction now. That's 4 Behemoth in already, which is going to be a pretty tanky front line. We do need some backline here. We're going to put in Darius. Kind of a melee soup problem here, but it's okay. Consider we have 5 units, and Umbral 2 gives everyone standing in the little moon tiles, everyone gets a shield, and then the fact that the Umbral units that are standing in there can then execute. So that ends up being pretty strong as well. Since we have a bunch of armor and MR, that seems pretty good. And if we're going to go Ink Shadow, that probably means we're playing around Kaisa. So we're going to be looking for Kaisa items probably here. Since that's something like 6 Behemoth, 3 Ink Shadow with a Kaisa could be the way we go. That's what we're looking at with this Wandering Trainer here. Again, the Behemoth is going to give us a strong front line, but we're up against a Sivir that already hit a Deathblade IE Ginsu's. I don't think we win this fight. That's okay. That's okay. Alright. On to the next fight. Again, we're kind of playing around. Okay, we get our first encounter. Kindred, which currently today is bugged to show up a little too often. But Kindred gives us an option between a life or death item. Life being Redemption, death being Giant Slayer. We're going to take the Redemption, just make this front line really a pain to go through. Giant Slayer not very good early. Kind of feels like an obvious choice. But we'll see what we get here. Again, we have our 10 gold, so that's nice. No pairs or anything like that. So kind of struggling to hit some 2 stars here, but at least we can get our econ going. And again, at least we have direction. We know what we're playing here. Pretty straightforward with that Wandering Trainer start. So up against a level 3 comp, should be able to beat this. I can't imagine the Kog'Maw is able to beat us by itself. We do have the Executes from Umbral. The double Redemption should just keep that front line alive for a very long time. And there's the Execute. Sweet. Cool. On to the Kog'Maw. Should be an easy win here. Keep that health up. Augment icons still coming in, so you'll still see some T's on PBE for now. PBE still has quite a few bugs right now, so we're working out the kinks here. One thing to note here is we see Sivir. Sivir is Exalted right now. That is the trait that changes every game, has some unique patterns. And we can see here, Sivir, Janna, Shen, Tristana, Sylas. So, Shen is a Behemoth, which gives us some options there if we wanted to lean into a little bit of Exalted. Something to keep in mind, Exalted right now giving 2 XP on PBE, which might be a bit strong. But if you can get 3 Exalted going early, it's usually good right now on PBE. Up against another Kog'Maw here, Darius wraps around. So as long as our frontline lives, which again, for Behemoth should be pretty good. We get Darius already on the back line. The fact that none of our frontline has died here. Sweet. Get the Kog'Maw early. So that was some lucky combat positioning here. And we end up 4-0ing him because of that, because we were on the Kog'Maw early. So, sweet. Alright, carousel-wise, again, if we're looking for stuff for our Kai'Sa later, seems like it would be the play. A sword with a 3 cost here is pretty good. That can be part of an IE, which is really good for Kai'Sa. Okay. We find a Thresh, which is a Behemoth. So we can put that in over the Cho'Gath. That'll make us a bit stronger. The big problem we're struggling with right now here is we don't have a ton of damage. We don't want our items really stuck on a Darius. That's not particularly amazing. This feels like right now, since we know our board's kind of weak and we're lacking damage, we can just hit 20, work our way to later, and use Darius. Darius is an AP champion, by the way. You're going to want, like, AP items on him. Bloodthirster, Titan's pretty good. But we can just use him as an item holder for now until we get to Kai'Sa, so at least we're taking advantage of our items. It's not the worst option. Up against what looks like a 4 sniper board, which not particularly good early. I think 4 sniper and 6 sniper are kind of not great right now. But yeah, we tear through the front line. We're on the back line. And eventually the Behemoths get the kill here. Okay. So 21 gold right now. All right, another encounter. Janna gives you the choice between different weapons. We have a 2-star 1-cost unit, 2 random 2-cost, or 3-cost. I think just getting the 4 gold here seems like the option. There's not a particular 3-cost that would spike us or anything. And sure enough, that's going to put us at 31 gold here. We get a pair of Yoriks, which is pretty good. So... cool. Alright, so yeah, you can kind of see encounters. Sometimes they don't do a ton here. You know, that redemption for a few turns wasn't too wild. Here we got 4 gold, so nothing too crazy on the encounter side. And by the way, if you're wondering, this opponent, their augment just has the wrong color. That's all that is. It is supposed to be a gold augment, so it's not like they got a prismatic augment. Anytime that happens, it's usually just we've assigned the wrong color. So... alright, 4 win streak, not too bad. We just lost that first fight to the Deathblade Ginsu's IE Sivir right off the bat that was a little too strong. But otherwise, nothing too crazy here. Ooh, nice shop here. We get a Yorick and a Cho'Gath, so that's a few 2-stars at least. Still not really hitting any Ink Shadow units. Still not hitting a backliner we can use, which is a little sad right now. But we'll see what we can do here. Obviously, we'll win these combats, though, so nothing too crazy. And again, this is a pretty safe setup here with that Wandering Trainer, knowing that we're up 2 emblems for a gold augment. Pretty good here. Plenty of frontline. Alright. Armor, if we wanted to go Bramble, which for Behemoth, we don't really need, but the glove is great. That's the IE we wanted for our Kaisa. Rod, we could go Crown Guard. That's an option. Or we can save that and try to go something like Gunblade, Ginsu's. We find the Shen. That's another Behemoth. We also see Tristana, who's Exalted. So, and the fact that we're running a Darius 1, it's a little rough, but Darius is giving us that Umbral Execute. If we find, we have the Shen, we have the Trist. If we can get one more Exalted, we could just play around the Trist and Exalted for a bit till we get to the Kaisa. So, definitely an option we could consider. Okay. Again, Darius wraps around here, up against this Cho'Gath that looks really tough to take down for a Darius 1. This fight might be a little tough. Yorick's going to have to do a lot of work here, but we do get those Umbral Executes. If we can get through it. Yorick's trying his hardest. Here comes the Umbral Execute. Nice. So... okay. Got the win. Yorick top damage. Fascinating. Alright, Gargantuan Resolve, Capricious Forge, Harm Assist. From this, because we know we're going to be running 6 Behemoths, it feels like we need something for the front line. Gargantuan Resolve would be good for Udyr, but that's way, way off. We're going to take Capricious Forge for now. Just gives us another, you know, we can put that on like Ornn later as a Behemoth. For now, we can just put that there. So these Behemoths can do a little extra work. We do see a Sivir in shop, by the way. And so what that's going to allow us to do is put this in. We'll lose Umbral for now, but that's fine. But now we have 3 Exalted. And so 3 Exalted is going to give you some damage amp for your team, which is always good. And 2 XP per turn right now, which is a little strong. Might get nerfed tomorrow. We'll see. But I think that's going to at least give us some backline now. And... give us that XP to get to power to 8 as quick as we can to find that Kaisa. Because again, feels like we're playing a Kaisa comp here. Trist, by the way, like I said in the rundown, is an AD caster, really. You don't want stuff like Ginsu's. You're going to want stuff like IE. Edge of Night is really good, so like IE, Edge of Night +1. I don't mind Hurricane, because at least makes the autos hit hard, but Deathblade's pretty good as well. You can go Hodge. So, and you can see, by the way, Exalted now putting this little core on our bench. That's going to give us 2 XP. And the reason it doesn't do it automatically is because, you know, if you want to do a reroll comp, maybe you want to save these until you're ready to level. So it kind of works like the Meeps from Galaxies. It's going to allow you to pop that whenever you're ready for that XP. Since we're going fast 8, it's not a big difference for us. So. Okay. My phone's going crazy right now with work stuff. We're trying to fix all the bugs. Okay. Again, Triss doing work here, and our front line's just so solid that not much should be able to take it down. And we get a win. Top damage Malphite. Makes perfect sense. Okay, Carousel, nothing too crazy here. No encounters this stage, by the way. You can see them in the top, you know, the top mini-map. If there's going to be any encounters, it'll say it there. So. Otherwise, 4-cost sword? Yeah, we can take a 4-cost sword. That's going to give us possibly a 3rd item for our Kaisa later. Like I said, something like a Deathblade could be good. We are going to want some Armor Shred later as well. Gunblade's also an option. Keeps the Kaisa pretty healthy. So, a couple different options there. Okay. Alright, up against another level 7 opponent here. They have an Ink Shadow item, so we know we're a little contested on Ink Shadow, but shouldn't be a problem as long as we can keep our front line strong. That's really all that matters. So, we'll see how it goes. Again, 93 health right now, off this Trist 1, so frontline doing a lot of work here. Does feel like our frontline's falling apart, though. The Death Defiance Eternal Winter is doing its best, but I don't think it's going to quite be enough. We did get Silas in. Silas right now very strong. So Silas kind of carrying us here with those Umbral Executes. You can see here, Itemless Silas, top damage. Seems pretty good. So, but that gets us Umbral back in. That gets that starting shield, which is always really good. And yeah, even just running 3 Exalted right now is giving us 12% damage amp, which seems very good. Someone just hit Kog'Maw 3 in the lobby. Kog'Maw 3, so I think Kog'Maw's a really weird champ in that Kog'Maw's really bad stage 2, but really good later. Unfortunately, we do go up against the 100 health person, and they do still have that Sivir with very good items. We're still running a Trist 1. Does feel like we're going to lose this fight. I don't particularly feel that strong in this example. Yeah, Yorick trying his best, but again, that Ginsu stacking on that Sivir just feels like it's going to be a bit too much. It wasn't a blowout by any means, but... Oh, couldn't even kill the Shen, though. Oof. Okay. Well, we get our 2 XP. Not a big deal. Find a Thresh. That's a Behemoth. Silas, by the way, being an Exalted means we can cut these Sivers. Don't have to run those anymore. 6 Behemoth now. So we have a very good front line. We really just need to find this Kaisa as quick as we can. So hopefully we can find that very quick. Okay. Ooh, lot of items here. Solid amount of items here. We could level now. We could take it slow. Gonna take it slow for now. We do have a Last Whisper here if we want to go that, so at least get that damage. We have a Gunblade, which we can put... Kind of leaves us off with some weird options here. But again, if we know we're playing around Kaisa and maybe Silas right now, because Silas is strong, so we could go something like 6 Behemoth, you know, the Ink Shadow, get that in. So we'll see how it goes. Should have moved to the Malphite. Hopefully it doesn't matter, but up against this Cog 3, fully itemized with Mythic charged up. So I would expect us to lose this fight. Again, we have a Trist 1. So it doesn't feel like Trist 1, although their front line is crumbling. Malphite on the back. Okay, so basically front line was king here. The Behemoth held up well. And so, alright, planning to make sure we don't miss Kaisa here. So we're going to get Kaisa in, Volibear in, Ornn, he's a Behemoth, Udyr, some champions. Really good to use the team planner, by the way, so you don't miss anything. Prismatic, Baboom is pretty good here. We're in a solid spot, we have a lot of health. Don't really like the AP items, not a big fan of Prismatic Ticket. We're going to take Hedge Fund, actually. And we're going to see if we can get away with using this. That gives us 2 Bruiser, 2 Ghostly. We can see if we can try to get away with this and just go Fast 9 from here. Fast 9 will give us better odds of finding that Kaisa. So we'll see. Okay. Again, 6 Behemoth, solid front line. Trist, not so much. But again, Yorick with the redemption, so not too worried. Up against this Syndra. Syndra right now, one of the dominant champions on the PBE. Just scales up so quickly. She gets a butterfly every time an ally dies as well, so even just killing her team makes the Syndra really powerful. I'm not sure how much I like that particular part of the design, we'll see. But Syndra now kind of ramped up. The Lux also killed my Tristana. Thankfully, Silas got there got to the Syndra, so she couldn't just go freeform. And as long as we can kill this Lux, which Yorick should be able to. Yeah, good job, Yorick. Yorick top damage again. Alright, so again, we got plenty of gold here. Okay. Sorry, admittedly distracted multitasking here, but we have 102 gold. Trying to fast. I think basically we go on 5-1 here. We can go have plenty of gold to roll down. So, because we also really want the Udyr too. Udyr is going to be pretty key to our comp, so we'll have 6 Behemoth, Ink Shadow, Udyr. That'll be really good. So, oh, nice positioning. Silas just standing around. Okay, on the Wukong. And again, frontline, just everyone seems to be really struggling with the 6 Behemoth frontline, which is good. Poor Wukong just not doing much. Nico adds a champion duplicator to every champion on the carousel. So this is good for us. Especially because we're gonna have plenty of gold, so even if we miss, like let's say we only find 2 Udyrs, we'll be able to duplicate. So should be good. We end up not getting the Udyr or anything here, so not really the best choice. But Thresh at least is something. And again, we've got plenty of gold. We're using Exalted to level up. So we should be able to get there. We're going to go ahead and level now, actually. Give it 50 gold to roll. If we can spike pretty hard. Again, really looking for that Kaisa. Okay. We find an Ornn here. Because again, there's no 8 Behemoth, so we can just play that. We get this Tattoo of Toxin. Now, one of the things to note here, by the way, is that these items, the Ink Shadow items, they work like Gadgettine or Zaun, where you can just bench the Silas and move it if you need to. So I can still move that item if I want. So. Okay. Alright. Not too bad. By the way, we did hit the 2 Zayas here. Zaya's going to be great because... Oh, there we go. So now we've got the Zaya and the Kaisas. This is good. This is what we were looking for, because we can play the Zaya. That's going to give us our 2 trick shot, so that the Kaisa damage is going to bounce around. We can put the Last Whisper on the Zaya, use that if we want. Now we just really need to hit one or the other, and then I can duplicate the other. Haven't hit any Udyrs. That's the really rough thing going on right now. But we also have an IE so that Zaya can be fully equipped. Yep, so we can just go like this, split the items. I also could have put Guard Breaker on Kaisa. That could have been an option as well. But now we're going here, 6 Behemoth, 3 Ink Shadow. And again, it feels like we could even go 5 Ink Shadow, because Udyr is a Behemoth Ink Shadow. That's going to give us 4 Ink Shadow. So a lot of options here. Up against this Kog'Maw, though, that is kicking our butt. Our 1-star champions kind of got blown up by the Lilias and the Kog'Maws. The combination of the two is just so much damage. So. Okay. Okay, there's a Zaya. A bit of a bug that it wasn't glowing, but at least we have that now. A couple more 2-stars. We can move that onto Zaya. So the Tattoo of Toxin here is going to apply wound and poison. So that's going to give us our anti-heal, as well as just some extra bleeding, which is kind of nice. Oh, Prismatic Orb. That's a lot of gold. Okay, so one of the things to note here is we did get a Prismatic Orb, which means we are now up a bunch of gold. but other people might have got things like Masterwork, so not necessarily the best outcome for us. But we can use that, if we use that to go to 10 and we do hit this Ink Shadow, that does give us an option, so... I should stop rolling though. I think trying to find this Kaisa or an Udyr would be really nice. That's going to allow us to move our items onto the Ornn, who's better than a Yorick. So again, we've got 2 Umbral here. We've got 6 Behemoth, 3 Ink Shadow, 2 Trick Shot. Pretty solid overall. We cut the Exalted for now. But again, I think our goal is to go to 10 and go 5 Ink Shadow, get another Ink Shadow item. So the Xayah 2 should be able to unload some damage here. And you can see the bounces on the Kaisa damage. So overall, pretty solid tanky comp. This is what we were going for. We are kind of down a Prismatic because we took Hedge Fund, but we do have those 2 emblems, which is really, really nice. So overall, looking pretty solid here, as long as we can hit this Kaisa 2. Okay, there's a Silas 2. I think for now, though, yeah, let's move the Gunblade onto the Kaisa. Duplicating it would make a lot of sense if we want to keep the tempo up here. Again, frontline's really solid. You can see, by the way, we still have Malphite in the comp. Malphite's the 1 cost. That's the one we're going to replace with the Udyr. That'll give Udyr the Ornn gloves, which will be really nice. I guess artifact gloves. That's what I should be calling them. Alright, up against what looks like a very strong legendary ghostly comp. Has a bunch of Canes, has 6 Canes. Kane right now, though, kind of underperforming a little bit in my eyes. Really hard to get him to get working, so... And sure enough, Kane just really struggling with these Behemoths. So... Yep, that's going to be the end of our poor Kane player. Sag. Alright, 40 gold. We find a Hui, we could use that to clone some stuff, but again, I think right now we're really just trying to get to 10. I like the Xayah and Rakan, by the way, so every time Xayah casts, Rakan also casts, heals the team a little bit, which is kind of nice. So, pretty cool to see. Again, we really just need to go 10, put in the Volibear, find an Udyr, and that'll give us our comp. 6 Behemoth, 5 Ink Shadow. Really what we're aiming for here. We go up against the Windstreaker of the lobby right now, who's got the snipers and a lot of legendaries. Again, kind of contesting us with that Ink Shadow. So that might be where some of those Udyrs are. Their Udyr's already rocking 2 Ink Shadow items. So he's going to be kind of a pain to deal with. Oh, he's already on my... Oh, Xayah, no. Thankfully, the Hurricane and the bouncing Trick Shot here did a lot of work, and so we are able to get the win. But you can see Udyr 1 top damage. So pretty nutty here. Alright, there is an Udyr, but it has an Altruist emblem, which we don't really need, doesn't fit our comp. We don't have a Reforger. At this point, we're looking for like Silas items or extra tank items. The Crown Guard's not bad. The Death Cap gets taken, which is a little bad, so probably Crown Guard here, 4-cost Crown Guard. Doesn't seem like the worst option. Okay. Oh, got the Kaisa, that's nice. We can level up. We have the gold to level, but we also have Hedge Fund. So if we wait, we can get a bunch of extra gold here. And again, we really need the Udyr before it matters anyway. It's going to be Udyr for Malphite, put in the Volibear, and good to go. But finding the Kaisa here should make us quite a bit stronger. I like our front line, though. One of the things to watch, by the way, is watch the Ornn. Every time Ornn casts, he's going to put an item on a nearby ally. So you can see here, for example, he casts, and then he put a Crown Guard on my Aatrox 1 there, which, not the best choice, but he did. He did put an item on them. He's going to cast again, and he puts a, a heart, steadfast heart on the ally there. Oh, Kaisa is so close here. Should be able to win this. Oh, Kog'Maw. Oh, Ornn. No, I don't think I win this. Oh, that was so close. Again, Kog'Maw just really strong here. Alright, find a Silas pair. 65 gold. One more turn, and then we can level up. Getting the Silas 2 here, though, just gives us, you know, again, that Umbral, that Bruiser. Bruiser giving the 100 health to the team. So, cool. I don't know, it feels like we're in a good position as long as we can hit this Udyr too. Without the Udyr, I feel like we fall off a little bit. Xayah a little weak right now. So. Up against a Wukong. Wukong I have not seen be successful. Kind of dies really quick. Did get a stun on my Kai'Sa here. You can see Kai'Sa unloading the damage. And again, 6 Behemoth just doing a lot of work here. Ornn's still alive. Wukong on the back line, though. There it is. There's that Kai'Sa cast that bounces around. Big Kai'Sa damage. Get the kill. Good to go. 73 gold. Yep, up against a 7 Ink Shadow comp and a 7 Mythic comp. That 7 Mythic with the Kog'Maw and the Lilia, pretty scary. Alright, can we find Udyr? $1 million question. Okay. A little bit of gold. Dragons now, by the way, give a little bit of extra gold because that blue orb gives 8 instead of 6. Hey, there's an Udyr. Nice. Okay, so now we can just level up. Put in the Volibear. That's going to give us another Ink Shadow item. It's a tank one, Tattoo of Force. So we just put that on the Thresh, who's currently our tankiest target. Could have gone on Silas as well. There's Udyr. And there's Udyr. Okay. Well, now what do I have this duplicator for? Another tank item for Thresh. Okay. Alright, up against 7 Ink Shadow, but they still have a Kai'Sa 1 and a Senna 1. Feels like we'll be okay. If the game was balanced, right? Right? Although the Udyr is on the back line again. Okay. Xayah, though, did a lot of work there. Nothing too crazy. Alright, we're in a good spot, though. 60 health, 15-5. This might just be a double kill. So. But here you go. We saw this was a pretty, you know, standard comp where you took Wandering Trainer, played around it, used Exalted a little bit to level up, had a good item holder for Kai'Sa, had a good plan. So, pretty solid. And now we've got, you know, a pretty well put together comp. 2 Bruiser, 2 Trick Shot, 2 Umbral to go with it to support traits. So overall, you can kind of get an idea, and you saw not too many crazy encounters this game. The encounters were relatively light. So just a nice, solid, standard game of TFT. The new leveling curve helped us get to 10 quite a bit quicker. So it feels like 10 is going to be a lot more accessible. And yeah, just kind of ripping through now. The 6 Behemoths doing work. Xayah almost dies there, but doesn't. Okay, gets the good bounces on the Kai'Sa, and you can see even the Udyr damage looking really good. So, not a double kill because we were up against a ghost. Okay, 2 Silases. Random Silas 3 out of nowhere, maybe? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Well, we tried, so. But there you go. Seems like we're in a good spot. 1 or 2 more fights should end the game. Saving the duplicator for next video. So, but PBE-wise, team's working really hard to fix the bugs. There'll be some balance changes. So, generally keep giving us feedback though. Let us know if you find broken stuff. We'll get it fixed. We'll get it fixed pretty quick. Set on my Xayah. Killed the Xayah pretty quick. Udyr gonna have to do a lot of work here. We need a big Kai'Sa cast. Udyr getting that big heal from his passive. Gosh, Udyr just cranking it out there. Whew. And it's going to be a kill on this person. Yeah, carried by Kaisa and Udyr that fight. All right, one more. One more fight. But again, new set. Hopefully everyone enjoys. Let's see this final fight. We get a Thieves' Gloves. We can put that on Volibear, put that on Silas. Give our Silas an item. So... oh, good roll on the Silas items too. Warmog's Ionic Spark. Seems okay. Oh? 2 more Silases and 8 gold? Yeah, right? Nope. Ah, well. Okay, final fight. Let's see how it goes. Oh yeah, we got the Hull Breaker here, so I can move that. Here we go. Up against 7 Ink Shadow. Something something Ink Shadow OP. So, here we go. Udyr in the back, getting that big slam. I keep letting their Udyr get on my Xayah. But again, 6 Behemoth, just really tough. Oh, Udyr slamming my Xayah down. But it's not quite enough. Drops the aggro, everything's down, and there you go. It's a first. So, welcome to Inkborn Fables. Lots more to come. Stay tuned. Until next time, take it easy.